All right, this story is about Lewis Carroll. So the title is Lewis Carroll, 1832 to 1898. On January 14th, 1898, an English author named Charles Dodgson died. Charles became world famous not by his real name, but by his pen name, Lewis Carroll. A pen name is a name a writer uses instead of his real name. Carroll wrote two famous books, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. His first book, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, became better known as its shorter title, Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is a story about the adventures of a little girl in a make-believe world. Alice entered her make-believe underground world after falling through a hole in the ground. She was following a white rabbit. Alice meets many strange characters in her underground adventures. Cheshire Cat, the Queen of Hearts, the Mock Turtle, and the Mad Hatter are just a few. Lewis Carroll's books were the first books written in English that had no purpose but to entertain children. Even though these books were written for children, grown-ups also have found them enjoyable. Lewis Carroll didn't make a living as a writer, but as a teacher of mathematics. He wrote Alice in Wonderland for the enjoyment of Alice Liddell, the daughter of the dean of the school at which Carroll taught. The story of Alice in Wonderland began as Lewis Carroll, Alice Liddell, and two of her sisters were on a boat ride. Carroll told the story to entertain the girls. The original story was sold by Alice Liddell in 1928 for $75,000. The story contained drawings done by Carroll himself. So the next page are the questions. I'm going to go ahead and read the question, just the question, not the choices. Number 1, Lewis Carroll made a living as a what? Number 2, Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland for whom? Number 3, Lewis Carroll's real name was what? Number 4, Lewis Carroll died on what date? Number 5, the original story was sold for how much money? Number 6, Lewis Carroll's books were written for the purpose of what? Number 7, Alice in Wonderland is a story about the adventures of a what or who? Number 8, Lewis Carroll was a blank author. Number 9, Lewis Carroll was born in what year? All right, and that's the end of that story.